the previous sentence, the previous pasuk, and so it's like, I don't know. I think it should have been attached to the previous, but it's not. So therefore, I want to go back to the place in the seventh pasuk here, pasuk 7, where it says on page Kuf Tzadi Hey, because the note, picked up on this phrase, which would be at the bottom of the lower comment. It says, Adni Hashem Ata Hakilosa Laharos as Abdullah as Gadolcha. There, that pasuk. And it says like this. I'll just read the try to get us back up to what we're about to see in the Kavanos and the Biurim in the back. Birusha the Ficha Besod who Shem Adni who sod Malchus. Shem Avaya Benikud Elokim who sod Bina. So try to keep that straight. If you put the two names together, Shal Malchus who Bina Yachad, put them together, Romas al Lilias and Malchus Besoch Bina Besod the Eber. So we kind of went through this. I'm bringing us back to it because of the notes in the back. That you began here. It's beginning. What are we trying to say? When the process of gestation starts, B'shas Yisirat Zer Anpin V'Nukva, Choysacha B'Malchus HaNikvas Adni B'Bechinas Iver B'Selch B'Binach HaNikvas Savaya B'Nikud Elokim. So all of that business of the Nikud Elokim really refers to Bina, who's Mashpia there. I guess that's the idea. It's a Havaya. First, Choysacha Nukva Kodemis the Zer Anpin B'Sod Du Partsuf, and then she becomes before Zer Anpin in the concept of Daled Vav Partsufim, which means two, but it also shows you that the Daled becomes before the Vav. V'Omer Od Hashem Shalim B'Sitrui, then it says further, it goes on, it says Hashem is complete in his side there. I guess it means a complete. The word Sitro is a little bit, I guess it means a positioning. Because every place with the name of Vaya by itself, it says, Azai Romas the Zer Anpin, you have a remes there. Let me, mistake here. Here's Zer Anpin. Kashahu b'shleimus. When is a complete a position of shleimus? When is that? Behind the Achashin loaded Zer Anpin v'yatz b'mei ima, and he's out of the womb. The Oz Zer Anpin Koden the Nukva. When that happens, then it becomes the Hey, the Vav comes before the Daled, if that was the case. V'chanukva Behiba Bechinas Bas Zugo, and she's actually his wife. Ho'umeda Betzido, who now that goes along with the concept of, I guess, Sitrui, that she's standing at his side. That's what she's saying. For Osius Yaakov, and those three letters, which are gematria, let's say what anyway, of 21, shall Shem Havaya Romazin is their Anpin. So now Yaakov is really those three words. In this position, Yud K Vav comes before the final K, V'Os K Achrona, Romas the Nukva Homedev Etzazer Anpin Shehi Shlemos Shalom. So we have two different ways of looking at it. One is Vav Dalet, and the other one is where we have what he says of Avaya. He says Osius Yaakov. So that refers to everything above the Nukva, and that would be Zer Anpin. And we had this phrase before. We saw it before, as they are swarming, or they are something like that. In the land, what land? And I guess maybe Ruchasha means they're sort of like swimming in the womb of Ima. Besod Tadsha Haaretz Desha, which was a part of this particular phrase that we've been working about previously, is that it refers to conception. Lo shlim, but it's not together, it's not complete. Zer Anpin Dayan Ada B'Shlemus, he's not complete yet. Zer Anpin V'Nukvo Ho Yerodayim Raking Karnich Agavim, they're empty. like there, excuse me, there are, what do you say? There anpin v'nuko hoya odaim dakim. I read it wrong. Very thin, like the antennae of a grasshopper. I don't know. I really understand as it's very, very thin. But exactly why we got to a grasshopper, I'm not sure. So the nukva in that case come before zer anpin, so do partsufim, the two partsufim, which is the dalet first and then the vav. V'im gam ein zivug b'zer v'nuk kamor. So now if we see there is no yichud taking place, so of Oz gam ein, there is no yichud, because they're in reverse order. V'omer od yehi lo chasiv, and it also says yehi is not written there. What's that mean? Ki l'chei lo omer b'pasa yehi esid mazriya zer, let it be, because it's an indication, I think that we learned the last time, that they're not complete. Ella esid mazriya zer bilvad, so really it's a plant that produces seed. That's the only thing there. The v'inyanu ki midas yehi romas Loholedes zer anpen v'yitziasa l'chutz, ki shlosha osius, those three letters, yehi, they spell the number 25 with the kolos 26, I don't know, is that what he wants to say? Ki shlosh ozu shal yehi, heim abba v'ima besod yak, it's actually begins with abba v'ima, and then it comes to the name yud ke yud. And the zer anpin besod os yud, and zer anpin is going to be the final yud. V'hainu the abba v'ima b'shehem yak molinim is zer anpin shu gam came besod os yud, which we actually saw in the next one, because we read it a little bit out of order, I guess, because of the notes. But the ficha atach b'shasa ibra. So now when you look at that, shechadaim lo nuchu lo noile v'nizgala zer anpin, and there's nothing born out, and zer anpin's not revealed. Ain't of masker midas yehi. We don't have that phrase. It's not mom and pop, and then the kid, and then the son. He says romes the holedes v'yitzias l'chutz, because that refers to when he's actually going out and appears. V'omer Asiv Mazriya Zera, and only says that it's an Asiv that produces food, fruit. So now, if we went from there, let's see how much we have, we have 3 minutes? 2 minutes? Let me see if I could do the first paragraph, which would be on page Taf Reish Samach. Let me see, be a little bit more focus, hopefully. Let's go down a little bit. So it's like a Babir Inyan Apostle. I'm supposed to read from the top. Sorry. It says, Elokim Ata Hilosa. That's our pasuk, the little piece that we're working on. Hashem Shalim Besitroi. And then you see that in that phrase that we did, there's a completeness there. So he says, number Aleph, he says, Hashem Elokim Ata Hilosa. We're going to talk about that. And then the Rabbi Savaya Shalim Besitroi. We're going to talk about that. So this, in this particular, in the womb, that's Rekusha Da'ara, he says, the womb, they're not complete. Yehi lo kasiv, and Yehi, as a result of that, the word Yehi is not written. And he says real quickly, Hashem Elokim Ata Chachilosa Bebicha Be'inyan the Pasa Adni Havaya Ata Chachilosa the Hadra says Ata Chachos Gedolcho Hamuva Sifra D'tzniuta kan Yesh Kama Biurim Vehem Echad Bebir Beborcha Meshula the Fiorizal. This Bar al Pi Hashar Mari Rashbi, which kind of we've seen a little bit of this, Bepir Rishon. Shavir Lefi Darko explains that the Ira Khan Be'ez Iver Zer Nunuk B'mei Ima Zaz Olam Malchus the Bina. That's the interesting thing, that Malchus goes to Bina at this time. Is it Malchus goes to Bina, or is it that Bina comes to Malchus? But he says Malchus makes an aliyah. There's no possibility of the Lefi Zecha Mivayer Kana Pasuk Kach. So now we explain this pasuk like this. Ata Hachilosa, you began. So now at the beginning, at the time of the creation of Zer V'Nuch, V'choisem Malchus and Nikra Adni, B'bechinis Eva B'Secha V'Binach and Nikra Savaya B'Nikud Elokim. So that's that Bina when it's menukad like that. V'chos Choisach V'Nuk V'Kodemis the Zer Anpen V'Ein Zivug the Zer Anpen V'Nuk So this idea so far we've seen, and I guess that's time.